Tips for dating while being a single mom. That's a really good question. For a single mom, it's not so easy to date because you cannot meet someone. You see, I look at men as two categories. One man who is a ripe fruit. You pick it up from the tree and you're ready to eat it. But there are some fruits who are not ripe. They're just little, they're green, and it will take them another 3 or 4 months before they'll be ripe. And so for you to date a man, you cannot date a man who is not financially stable, who is not sure of himself, who is still searching and figuring out things along the way. Has to be a really mature man who is already stable, who is already emotionally happy, and who can love you. And when a man loves you, he accepts your kids. And that's very important. It's not that he has to be a father figure to your children, but he accepts them. He doesn't punish them. He doesn't scream at them. He respects and loves you, and therefore he will love your kids. And of course, if your husband already passed away or he doesn't have any relationship with your children, especially then you want to find a man who can possibly be a father figure. But again, there will be tension because he's not a biological father to your kids. So there will be tension there. Thank you for the roses. But at least you know he's someone who is ready to take responsibility over you and be with you. And therefore, don't try to just go for any man. And I know sometimes women are so desperate, they just want to have anybody in a relationship. But when you're with the kids, you got to take even more time to get to know someone. And if someone is not willing to be either a father figure or he's not responsible or mature, you don't even need a man like that. I tell women, it's better to be alone than be with just anybody. But to meet a good quality man who is mature, you have to be mature yourself. You have to be feminine. You have to be confident, and confident not in a cocky way. Confident meaning you love yourself. You have a dignity. You respect yourself. You're not just going to sleep around and give yourself to anybody. And so therefore, work on yourself. And the easiest way to work on yourself and get your respect and love and dignity towards yourself is through spiritual work. And again, I know it's not easy, but you can find and you will find a man. It's just you got to have a mindset, I will find him. And not that you are cocky and confident thinking I'm just going to sit around and he will find me. No, you have to put yourself out there, but you got to mainly work on your spiritual path. Really overcoming the troubles or frustration or pain or anger from your previous relationship. Because if we haven't forgiven the ex for divorce or for breakup or for cheating, we're taking all of this baggage and we're dumping it into our next relationship. And that's what's happening in the society right now. Men are angry with women, women are angry with men, and everybody hating each other. And how on the hate you are hoping I can meet someone. And I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to all women and all men right now, because people are really hurt. And we gotta overcome our pain in order to create a healthy foundation and healthy foundation for the next relationship. So, namaste for this question. How to develop patience in the relationships? I can go on and on right now answering that, but instead of that, I will give you a short answer. But I highly recommend for you to watch a program that I led a week or 2 weeks ago called Conquer Your Destiny, where I share a spiritual path, step by step, what you can do for certain things. For example, when people are lacking patience or acceptance of their partner, what type of askeza you can do in order to overcome that. Now, I know probably most of you don't understand what askeza means. So askeza comes from Sanskrit language. It's an old language in India. And yogis do askeza, not the yogis that we see in United States or Europe, real yogis in India. So in order, for example, what askeza means, when we're fasting, people who are spiritual or religious, they're not fasting to lose weight. They're fasting to connect spiritually, soul, connection to God. And so askeza for patience is to stand still, for at least 20 or 30 minutes, and preferably do either mantra or the affirmation or the prayer. But you're sitting still on the butt with lotus position with legs like that, or on your knees with arms like that, or standing up. And of course, in the beginning, it will be uncomfortable to stand still for even 5 minutes. But you start with 5 minutes, next day 6 minutes, next day 7 minutes. And the more you're overcoming the uncomfortable tension in your body, because you start to feel pain ache, shoulder ache, headache, stomach ache, but you're still standing still, you're gonna overcome later whatever else you're dealing with in life. Maybe you're not patient with your partner, maybe with your kids, maybe with your toxic relatives, maybe with the boss, maybe with your financial situation, and you're gonna conquer that difficulty with someone or your whole circumstance. So it's a very powerful askeza, it's a very spiritual askeza that I talk more in details for what kind of situation you need different type of askeza or mantra on this program. So I highly recommend to find it on YouTube, and you can watch it. It has 4 parts, so spend 2 hours watching it. You're gonna get a lot out of it. A really good question. Hello from Chicago, North Carolina, South Africa. Oh, wonderful to have you, friends. You can't date a woman who only cares about... No, obviously not. You see, a lot of men are now collapsing because I'm talking about men has to be provider and protector. They think, oh, then a woman wants only money. Not at all. A woman, you see, guys, if we have men right now online, if you want to find a feminine, gentle, kind woman, she's not going to be success and goal-oriented. She would probably be living in her small apartment or a small condo, working part-time, and really taking care of herself and hoping to find a man with whom she's going to have a true family or partnership. But if a man is not financially ready, or he's dealing with hard break from a previous relationship, he thinks, well, she only wants my money. And if you think you feel like she will be using you, that means you're not even ready for a feminine, loyal, and kind woman. Because if you are not gonna provide and financially protect a woman, she gonna be stressed, going to work, working full time, and then of course she gonna be snappy, she gonna be tense, she gonna be pressured, she gonna be angry, she gonna be frustrated, and she gonna be putting all this pressure on you and on your children. And so therefore, we have to get, if you want, independent, who is financially set woman, then don't expect her to be feminine, loving, gentle, and kind, and all of that. Because, yeah, she is independent, she's in a masculine energy, she's a go-getter, and the moment something is not working with you, she's gonna dump you, excuse my language, and she's gonna move on because she's taking care of herself. Because it's a woman's responsibility also to accept a husband's income. If a husband makes only $40,000, it's your lady's responsibility to accept his income and live to what he can provide. But women nowadays, they're like, I want vacation now. I want a Tesla now. I want my son to go to private school now. And therefore they go to work and they put all of their pressure, all of their stress going and providing for themselves and possibly their children. And that's where the problem begins, because a woman is not like men. That's why I don't believe in equality. Women and men are not equal. They're not the same. Men are powerful and strong, and they can handle stress 100 times better than a woman. And so here you have to choose what you really want. Man who knows how to make money. Wonderful. She's like their Andrew Tate. I hear that I am like Kevin someone or Andrew Tate. Honestly, I don't know who these guys are. I'm sure they're wonderful. But the knowledge I'm sharing with you, my friends, are 5,000 years old knowledge. that is a Vedic knowledge from Ayurveda from India. By the way, most of the Indians nowadays don't even know their knowledge unless they study Ayurveda and Vedic knowledge or yogis. So, my fiance is an entrepreneur, but he isn't making money any right now, and I'm scared for my security. Well, he's fiancé, but the truth is, a man cannot get married until he is financially set. Why would a man get married if he cannot support his wife and his future children? And of course, that's why you are scared. And I totally get your concerns and your worries, and you shouldn't get married, and he shouldn't be thinking about marriage until he is financially set. But nowadays in the society we see, oh, he's sexy, oh, she's pretty, oh, let's get together, have sex. And then people starting to figure out, oh, we have so many problems. No, you guys have to figure out what's working, what's not working in a relationship. How's your personality match before you jump in bed? But everything right now is backwards in the society, and that's why we have problems. And I get that you guys are horny and young and you want to have sex, but you cannot do it backwards. You gotta do it properly. Date a person, see, do you actually can stand him after the honeymoon stage is passed. And by the way, in the honeymoon stage, which is first 3-6 months, you shouldn't be sleeping. You should be getting to know each other. So, yeah. How long does it take to inspire your husband to change, and how can I be more patient? After we got married, I started to notice a few things that started to drive me crazy about my husband. But the more I was talking to him about it, it was like going in one ear and going out of the other ear. And I realized very quickly that I'm ineffective. So I started to deepen my spiritual knowledge, and I realized the only way to inspire a person to change is to change yourself. And that's what's the key. When we're changing, we become more patient. We get to the point of accepting them. And when you accepted the person, whether it's a wife or a husband, that's when you can influence them and inspire them to change. And how it happens, changes happens in 3 different levels. And I answered that question many times, but I'll go over it right now again. So let's say you're doing a mantra or affirmation or meditation. First 3 months. And after first 3 months, when you do it for 10 or 15 minutes in the morning, let's say, after 15 months, you look at your husband and you no longer feel triggered by his either greed or stubbornness or impatience or whatever other quality that you don't like in him. You continue doing meditation or you continue doing affirmation. 3 months later, you feel all of a sudden in your soul that you're starting to understand why he's greedy or why he's stubborn. You're connecting that when he was a child, his parents were poking him at his something, that he's short or that he's overweight or that he is not very bright or he's not athletic, and that's why now he is stubborn, or that's why now he is greedy, trying to save his money because his parents were not spending any money on him on what he wanted. And so once you get to the understanding level, you're starting to accept your partner. You get to the 3rd level of acceptance. And once you accept the partner, whether he has drinking problem, whether he is greedy, whether he is stubborn, whether he is impatient or overweight, or he is a smoker, he starts to feel guilty. He starts to connect to his consciousness, and he feels guilty that, wow, it bothers you that he's drinking every night, or it bothers you that he is stubborn, and he has a desire now to change for you because you accepted him, and acceptance is the true love. But we in a relationship meet someone and we just want to enjoy them. We're attached to them, we're not even loving them, we're attached to them, and we want them to do what we want. We want to go to vacations, we want them to provide and protect, but we're not giving anything. And the true love is an acceptance and service. I am making 0 income. You are not paying me anything. And I'm serving you, my friends. And some people have even, how would I call it? Righteousness or guts to come to the TikTok and call somebody names, argue with me and fight with me, not even appreciating there's so much love and care I'm putting right now, giving you absolutely out of my heart the knowledge. And most of the people are just arguing and opinionated, but they're not even willing to listen and hear and learn. And that's what really it takes. A wise woman, a confident woman, a loving woman, a feminine woman listens. And she gives and she serves. And the more you serve your husband and your boyfriend, they're connecting to their consciousness and they're becoming a king, a man himself who wants to provide and protect you. And that's what we need to learn, my friends. Instead of feeling that we're entitled, give it to me something, give me love, or give me money, or give me presents, or give me affection. We gotta start giving. We gotta start serving and loving our partners. And this love starts with us because we're so empty and we're just demanding and want things. And how can somebody give you when you're demanding or expecting something? You get then zero. You gotta really connect to the source, to God himself. And only God can give you love because you're now empty because mom and dad did not give you the love. And that's where the true emptiness comes from. But then we're empty, we grow up, and then we're demanding, wife, husband, boyfriend, give me, fill me up. And it's impossible to a boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife, or anyone to fill us up. It's now our responsibility to fill us with love and acceptance and true care and being of service. Yes, my friends, so please think about that. I've been on and off with my boyfriend, but he loves me and my daughter, and as a man, he has his own business. By the way, when I hear again, we've been on and off. Friends, in a relationship, you either commit, you are fully in, or you are not. You cannot keep the door open and say, oh, we're arguing, bye-bye. You have a daughter. If you have a daughter, it cannot be your boyfriend anymore. This has to be your husband who has to commit and really take full responsibility over you. Otherwise, you're like kids. Oh, I have a boyfriend and we have a daughter together. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. And I get that our society right now is very degraded. Women degraded. I want independence. I can get it all myself. And men are degrading. I don't want to marry you. I don't want to be responsible for you. And that's how both are degrading. Men are scared to take commitment and responsibility of a woman. And woman is worried, oh, if I'm going to quit my job, he will be toxic and abusive. If your mother gone through abusive relationship because she was not spiritually educated, don't take her fears and dump it on your boyfriend or your husband. It's your job to become spiritual, trust God, and trust your man. And the more you're becoming feminine and loving and not looking at him that he's a future abuser, he's not going to be an abuser. Whatever we think, that's what we put out there. And so we have to be very responsible for our thoughts. And we have a lot of nasty thoughts. And we're stamping a person that he will be an abuser if I'm going to quit a job. And if a man is demanding you have to go to work, yeah, it's a problem. That means he's not a ripe man. That means he's still a green peach. Not ready. Yeah, but at the same time, only a feminine woman who already spiritually grown can attract a provider and protector. And I will say in the society right now, 90% men and women are in the masculine energy and men are in the feminine, because if a man is not willing to provide and protect and he's thinking, oh, if we're gonna divorce you'll take 50%, that means he is not a masculine man and provider and protector. And I get that men are very logical. I get it. But this is fear-based and we gotta overcome our fears. Because I remember a few years ago, my husband said, I asked him, I said, honey, would you like me to go work part-time again? Joking, 10 or 15 hours a week. He said, no, honey, thank you. And now, because I haven't been working for a year and a half, we have a new joke. I asked him, honey, do you want me to go to work 1 hour a week? He said, not even for 5 minutes. I am right now with you, but it's a contribution. But work-wise, money-wise, The moment a woman makes money, she starts to shift to masculine man energy. And women are so, excuse my language to say this word, kind of flying in a la la land fantasies, thinking that yes, I can be independent, successful, I can own my own business, work part-time, and I can still be feminine. No, my friends, it doesn't work like that. You cannot chase two rabbits and hoping that you will be happy. No, you gotta choose. Either you're gonna be a feminine woman and fully depending on husband, or you're gonna be successful, career-oriented, and you might even have money, but you're not gonna be happy in the relationship, because no man will feel happy if he is under you. Because if a woman is masculine, he has to be feminine in order for a relationship to work. Or if he is masculine, you'll go head to head and you will be arguing and fighting. So please keep that in mind. My girlfriend left me for another guy after 9 years. What do? I am with her right now again. You see, if your girlfriend repents and understands how much pain and damage she caused you, and she fully cut off this guy that she been with, there is a chance that your relationship can work. But if she doesn't allow you to express how much pain you are feeling, that you've been betrayed, and she wants to just continue going with relationship with you like nothing happened, most likely it will happen again. So it doesn't matter whether it's a man or a woman. They have to go through, repent, and really feel the sorrow and do the work of realizing the damage that they made. And so possibly you could forgive her, but you will always remember that, and it will always have the scar on your heart, and therefore the choice is yours. What is the spiritual work? Good question. I think I don't want to go into depth right now, but because I led the lecture and the program a week ago, and now it's fully uploaded. It has 4 parts. Each part is around 35 to 40 minutes. You can listen to it, and you will see all of the spiritual exercises I share that a person needs to start making in order to overcome either their masculine energy if it's a woman, or a feminine energy if you're a man. And this is the fastest way to really heal yourself and to love and respect yourself, is through spirituality. And I'm not talking about religion, but spirituality that I'm sharing, it's gonna deepen your relationship to God, because without God we're walking around empty and we're just demanding things, and we're attaching, and we're living in a fantasy hoping, oh, I'm gonna meet this guy, or I'm gonna meet this woman and I'll be happy, or I'm gonna find this job, or I'm gonna get into this college and I'll be happy. And there's a lot of expectations and a lot of attachments. But with expectations, attachments, and a lot of wishes, we are truly bankrupt as a human beings. So please watch my video. It's called Conquer Your Destiny on my channel, YouTube channel, Alisa Abdullaeva. And this full program is around 1.5 or maybe 2 hours. And you're going to start getting a lot of spiritual knowledge, and you're going to start seeing, okay, what steps to take, how to start. And the more you're going to listen to my long programs, not 2-3 minutes videos, the more I hope I will inspire you to start doing the work to overcome your traumas, your pains, your scars, and start doing the spiritual work in order to become the best version for yourself and your future partner, or a current partner, or your family. Friends, I feel stuck in a relationship. No, my friends, we're never stuck. It's the choices that we make. If you feel that you're stuck, you're just lacking energy. You're lacking power. And I would say that 99% of the people on our mother planet Earth are lacking power. And the power we have as a woman, there's 3 ways we can get a power. The number one, again, it's referring to the program I led last week, but I'll quickly share, is being on in nature. Not once a week walking in the park, but daily. Daily in the morning with sunrise or with the moonrise for at least 30 minutes. Fast walk or better run. When you run and you're not listening to podcast or music and you're really connecting to nature, you start to feel at ease and all of your anxiety, stress, and depression comes down and you start to feel power. This is one way. As a woman, we also get power by talking to other feminine women, because men and kids take away our energy and our power. But feminine women, we exchange a feminine energy and we get empowered. And the third, the fastest and the best way to get power is to doing mantra, affirmation, prayer, or meditation. Of course, if you've never done it, so at least start with 5 minutes. Then after months you can do it for 10 minutes, but ideally you want to get in 3 to 6 months to 30 minutes in the morning. And when you do early morning affirmation, prayer, or meditation, you start to feel yourself feel whole and complete, and that's where you feel power. That's where you feel energy. And then you're not going to feel that you're stuck in a relationship. See, something is not working in the relationship, you will say what's not working and how would you like it to be without an attachment, or you will walk away. A person feels stuck in a relationship because they are confused and they're in the fog and they don't know what to do, but it all comes from lack of power and knowledge. That's why listen to my lectures, start doing the work, and you're gonna be able to overcome any, I promise, stuckness in your life. But again, don't use me as a source. You gotta start working and connecting to God, because God will give you all of the power you need to overcome any breakdown, whether it's in a relationship, work, or marriage, or anything. At the bottom, I try so much to be feminine, but my husband always tells me to help out more financially. Well, I get it. See, when men had a masculine mother who been working and providing because she was a single mom or because she was helping out his father, a man is used to that a woman works. And so you cannot change a man overnight. If he is your husband, yes, you can work, but you don't have to work full-time. You can work part-time. And if you're going to start doing the spiritual work, you're going to give him so much trust, acceptance, and love that he's going to start overcoming his insecurity, because man has a big fear. And man's fear is that he won't be able to provide and he won't be able to protect, or he's just feeling sorry for himself, why he has to do it all by himself. And men are calculating, okay, I'm giving her money, what can she give me back? By the way, this is also a very nasty way of looking at the relationship. But all human beings, we have nastiness. We cover our skeletons in the closets, but we have them. And so if you want to work part-time, but don't work full-time. He's not putting the gun in your head and saying, go to work. So therefore, work, but part-time. Because if you're going to fix somebody's complaints, they're going to complain and demand more. So please him, work, but part-time. And then as you're going to do the spiritual work, he's going to start feeling confident because you're becoming feminine. And he's going to start overcoming his fears. But again, my friends, that takes between a year to 2 years. Don't expect really fast results unless you're going to start meditating tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the morning for an hour. And then, yes, probably your husband going to start changing in 6 months. But it all depends on your determination and commitment. Thank you for the rose.